Hello there, internet, Spanish man child, and I got another video for you guys today. Today we're going to play some Singleton. Instead of standard, we are going to be going into a different format. Oh my god, I know, it's not like me, but I did ask a lot of you guys yesterday if you want to see some good old Singleton content for the, recent event. That still should be up as this video is uploaded, but will be removed sometime tomorrow. So if you want to actually use this deck and get some free wins with it in the format, then I implore you do now after you watch this video, I guess. So what deck are we featuring? Well, we're featuring an undefeated Singleton deck. I have not lost a single Singleton match, pun intended, when I am playing Billy Bonsai here, and I played with this deck in 2 Singleton events up until now. Why is this deck so strong, and why it is apparently invisible and invincible? English, because I think the Singleton format is one where this sort of strategy really thrives. There's nothing special about this. No high synergies running around here, because Singleton is in a format. I was gonna say an event. It's a format in which you are only allowed a maximum of 1 copy per card, and this includes non-basic lands as well. Therefore, building up a deck that is highly synergistic, or tribe decks in general, can be a quite difficult task, as you are not going to be able to run multiple copies of a specific card. Therefore, enabling good viable synergies is easier said than done, and it's better to take an approach at it like this. What are we doing with this? We're playing mainly a Golgari deck with a little bit of a splash of blue, but as you can see, we only have 3 blue cards in this build, and they're all multicolor, and those are the likes of Hydroid Crassus, Hostage Taker, and Muldrotha the Gravetide. This is the main reason why we are packing 3 colors instead of 2. This card is absolutely nasty in this format, and we have a lot of shit that can really just come back and eat at our opponent, because from turn 5 to 6, we have some very powerful bombs that demand to be answered, and we can just recycle them with Muldrotha later down the line. The longer the match goes, the more powerful our game plan is, and that is the approach you should take towards Singleton. I think that the reason why this deck is so efficient is because we're combining some really good utility from green and black to make this late game happen and not have us die before, that late game arrives. 10 out of 10 narration, I know. So what are we doing here? We have green to ramp in the early game. We have Land of our Elves, Druid of the Cowl, Incubation Druid, Paradise Druid, all them druids to enable us to ramp a little bit earlier. And on top of that, we have some, we also have Leyline Prowler as ramp. Just wanted to mention that. It's pretty cool that I actually get to play this card. Maybe you'll be in the thumbnail. You probably will. You're a cool cat. We have J-Light Ranger and Thrashing Brontodon because they're really solid 3-drops on top of that. So we have, for the most part, ramp with green. And with black, what do we have with black? Well, with black, we have very efficient removal in the forms of, common standard removal cards such as Cast Down and Assassin's Trophy, but we also got some really cool underrated toys that shine in this format when we can't run multiple copies of Cast Down and or Assassin's Trophy, like Walk the Plank. It requires 2 sources of black mana, but I can kill anything that's not a merfolk, and that's actually a very, very small downside, as there's not that many more merfolks running around, and for 2 mana, I can literally kill pretty much any creature out there, which is pretty damn nice. We also have Murder. For 1 more mana, we can kill merfolks too, in case we run into them in Singleton. We also have Obnexilus Cruelty. We have Ravenous Chupacabra, Vrasa's Contempt, and even Death Sprout, as we're, taking the ramp from green and mixing it with black removal in a pretty cool card, which I like to call Belly Bonsai. And that is basically what our early game is all about. Ramping with green, killing with black, and then getting to turn 5 onwards and overwhelming the shit out of our opponents. How do we do that? Well, with, like I said prior, bombs. We got Tendershot Dryad, Biogenic Ooze, Nisa Who Shakes the World. We got Karnus Tyrant, Muldrotha, Liliana, Dreadhorde Geno, Vraska, Relic Seeker, and our boy Eugene to just give us endless value, really. Like, apply a lot of pressure and outvalue the hell out of our enemies and just get the win rolling. So why is this strategy so efficient? Because in Singleton, games are inherently slower, as aggro is way less effective, and it's just goes at a slower pace, generally speaking, right? It's also important to note that being able to remove our opponent's threats with our single target removal is very, very powerful. And because games are generally slower, if you have a deck that can curve out into some really nasty shit. Turn 5 onwards, you are going to get the upper hand over, you know, your opponent, and that is what this build is all about. We also have a one-off of Mastermind's Acquisition because this format is best of one, so I figured running a one-off of this card, I mean, it's not going to run more, right, is a pretty damn good idea because we can have a sideboard with all sorts of neat toys for very fringe specific scenarios. We got some reanimator shit there. We got motherfucking Tetzmekak, as I like to call him. We have Nezahal. We have Agent of Treachery, of course. And even a Palaka Worm in case we are facing some weird, you know, aggro build. Like, it's like a toolbox of tools that we can resort to and, you know, answer a specific board state. And that's what we have Mastermind's Acquisition for. Or we can just search for something in our own deck and get that rolling as well. Very, very powerful card in this format. And any sort of card that can really contribute to, you know, a lot of value and pressure in the late game is much more efficient here in Singleton than it is in Standard. Because in Standard, you know, turn 2, you know, you get turn 1 Land of Elf, turn 2 Risen Reef, and you cry every time. So, yeah, it's nice to play the game at a slower pace, and that's what I enjoy about this format. It's also very fun, despite the fact that decks are inherently way less synergistic. It is quite a fun experience every now and then to try to build a really optimal strategy. And, you know, from a deck building perspective, at least, it's very cool to also see some perhaps underrated or just good cards in general that get outshined by others. Like, for example, Walk the Plank, right? Or even the likes of Aid the Fallen, which is a pretty nasty card, actually. It's really good, but it kind of gets a little bit outclassed by Find in most scenarios, though I can return a Planeswalker from my graveyard to my hand with this, so it's really nice. Like, this card is actually pretty damn legit. So, yeah, ramp, single target removal, interaction with our graveyard, and just overall power is what Belly Bonsai is all about. And hopefully you guys enjoyed today's gameplay, as it is a little bit different than the usual Standard, but I know a lot of you like this, and it's nice to have a bit of a change of pace every now and then. Tomorrow we'll be back at it with some more Standard decks, though. And that's all I gotta say. Have a whole day. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the games. Leave a like for trees growing on intestines, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, Vamps? 6 out of 8 were vampires? Wait, what? Vamp is like the best deck in the format? I disagree with that. On so many levels. I'm sorry, I disagree with that so harshly. I'm gonna keep this. Alright, I'm gonna lead off with the Foul Orchard. So, a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Interesting. I'm gonna take the hit from this. And now I'm gonna cast it down. And I'm gonna play the Paradise Druid.
I know. Let's light it up.
Okay, so he lost the Banefire there. The cool thing about this is we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're close to being able to actually go for Casualties of War on that. So I do not want to attack with Paradise Druid, because I'm just like 2 turns away from being able to apply some serious damage on him. Okay, so you are Boros. Why wouldn't you not? Oh, goodbye, Feather. Goodbye. Adios. All right. Oh, we almost got Eugene here. Fortunately, this embodiment of agonies. I'm gonna keep this here.
Sit back and watch it burn.
All right, Swiftblade Vindicator. And now we're gonna start dropping bombs on our opponent. That's gonna be beautiful. Can't target my Paradise Druid. I have hexproof. I'm obviously gonna destroy one of his planes. And at the end of his turn, I will kill one of these two. I mean, I'd rather not take the damage, right? Is that a God's willing? Or Sheltering Light. All right.
This was a waste of my time.
We still got rid of the Chandra. And we will be able to... He can definitely... Oh. Okay.
I came into being long before your ether itself serves you. Caution, mortals.
I would not reveal that if I were you. Okay, how much mana is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can we do this and play? No, we only have 2 sources of black mana, so we can't really do that. Alright, let's
Truth lies beyond division.
So let's just set up a blocker. Get rid of this thing. And, you know, just go on from here. That's the thing about Singleton. Like, it's all about bombs. And Golgari / Sultai has a shitload of very powerful bombs. And I am very happy to trade with this. Like, even cards like Aid the Fallen, just, I get to return. I'm not gonna lie, I actually miss me some Singleton. Smashing with this deck is it's pretty satisfying. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, that was a pretty thick incoming Agony dude as well. Alright. Yeah, I fucked up with the block earlier. I like the 2-1 block into that. I took the extra damage. That was silly. I just like the thing is I was only like gonna block with the 2-2, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna block with this too, and I just didn't like go back into it. I have to mulligan this as I don't have a green source of mana. All right, I'll keep this. Okay, we can lead off with Temple of Mystery. So we obviously need a triple land. Nisa can be powerful, but I'm going. I have other strong plays. I'm actually gonna drop Nisa here. Oh, will you look at that? Turn 1 elf. Just like in standard. I could play Thrashing Barathodon here. I'm actually gonna utilize Obnix's Cruelty there to push some damage on him. This is like threatening once the game reaches a certain point, which is why we gotta speed things up a little bit here. Alright. I can always sacrifice Brontodon to trade with this. I'm gonna keep Harpooner in case he has like a flyer. Like right there.
Train every day. No, I have just the trick for this. You cannot see your folly.
So now we gotta pressure him. That just slows down the Field of the Dead. That makes no sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, I do want to go for the Eldritch Reborn and see what he opts to sacrifice here. Could have a moment of craving, or not. I'm still confused by this.
I'm a god once again.
Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. If you don't have any other plays, I have lethal on board.
Suffer for your cause.
Questions do you? Can you stop me? I still don't get that. Ooh!
I seek a path.
By fucking people up. Again, I still Field of the Dead in this format. I can understand. Because if the match drags out, it can be a pretty powerful card. But in the same deck as Field of Lotus, I don't know about that, man. I'll keep. Games are just inherently slower in this format, so having big turn 5 and turn 6 plays is really where it's all at. I can lead off with the Simic Gate. I love the fact that I have a Foul Lord card because that means that's my second source of green mana, and I already have my source of blue mana as well. I don't really want to play Craw Harpooner though, because he could have, you know, Chandra Spitting Hot Fire, amongst other things. So I'm not gonna play my 2-drop. I'm just gonna chill. I have Obnix's Cruelty in the back to get rid of any threat next turn. And the plan is simple, you know, make it to turn 5 and then turn 6 and just start dropping these huge ass threats. But I do like, you know, like that last game, keeping Craw Harpooner in my hand was pretty decisive, because otherwise I would not have been able to answer the Kefnet. Yeah, that's a pretty good target. I'm gonna wait for this because he could have a Legion War Boss, for example, and I would rather target that than this, since I have Chupacabra lined up next turn anyways. I'm also concerned about a Phoenix. I'm gonna take this hit. It may seem weird, but I'm gonna take it because if he has a Rekindling Phoenix, which he certainly must be playing if he's playing red, then I'd rather target that and then Chupacabra this next turn. I'm willing to sacrifice 3 life for that potential scenario, though it turns out maybe he still has it in hand, doesn't have the land for it, so maybe that was a bad play right there. Maybe I should not. Maybe I should just like been content with playing Chupacabra here. Yeah, maybe I derped. Okay, no bird. Which definitely means this man must have like some sort of answer for this Tender Shut Dryad, right? Like, come on, there's no way he doesn't. This is a big boy bomb, so I'd rather hold on to it. I'm not in a hurry here. I'm pretty sure he has some advanced damage, and that means he can easily answer this Dryad, so I'd rather preserve it for later. Yeah, definitely has some sort of answer. So we're going to go ahead, and we're going to play Eugene here, because Eugene will win us the game. Easy. Easy peasy. I still think I should have gone for Chupacabra and preserve Nixless. Because, like, you don't go into Singleton with red without Rekindling Phoenix. You just don't. Like, that's a card that I know for a fact my opponent's going to be playing. Unless he doesn't own it. Hey, Mogwai, how are you today? I always watch your YouTube videos and your streams when I can. Really enjoy the content. Keep up the good work. Thank you for the kind words, Edens. I'm doing quite well, man. Thank you, man. That made me smile. I'm going to drop the Memorial here. It's my only, you know, tapped land, so I may as well get out of the way. I don't have a second source of green mana right now, which is an issue because I can't really curve out into J-Light Ranger, unfortunately. I could have played the Forest in case, you know, that changed, but alright, we have a pretty, like, reactive early curve here. Like, Obnixos is nice. Oh, okay. Man, that really sucks. 3 land opener. But we are getting a bit Magic the Gathering here. I mean, we can afford... Ain't nobody got time for that. Land. There we go. Let's J-Light Ranger it up. But... I mean, why not keep that there? That's a huge threat that we'll be able to turn to play the turn afterwards. Alright, so he's Simic. Is he like Simic Flash or something? What the fuck is this? Oh. Okay. I think I can destroy this. So he can't counter it. I really do not want him to counter it. That way we ramp to 6. Oh shit. I mean, that's definitely something I want to take for myself, so I'm gonna just, like, you know, hostage taker it. My opponent's playing Simic, so unless he has like bouncing effects, he can't really. Yeah, his hand is pretty wet right now, which I don't know. I just felt like commenting on that. I don't really know why. When this dies, shuffle into the owner's library, then scry 2. How many dudes do I got here? I got no dudes, so I can't really do that. All right, let's steal this dude. We keep Crawl Harpooner. This is risky. My opponent has quite a bit of mana. Like this throws you off because it seems like they have few mana, but this is like 3 lands, and you gotta. Sometimes it's easy to forget that and be like, okay, they don't have that many plays, but no, they can do quite a bit here. So, like I said, green and blue, they can bounce back my Hostage Taker, but they don't really. They're not likely to have like actual like removal for it unless they have a creature on the board and they rapid bite it or something like that. I mean, I can still play this. Thank you, Bray. Let's bring that back, and what don't we need no matter what? Oh boy. Oh god. Can we get some F's in the chat for Mr. Beardcaster Mage? His facial hair was not enough to pour in some logic into his brain. Some MTG logic at least. Cry every time. I kind of want to destroy that Ascanta, but I can always do so the next turn. It's not the biggest deal. I think I gotta go Eugene here.
When you understand reality, I can create or destroy.
But getting rid of that Ceratops is definitely, important. I mean, at this point, you could have Agent of Treacheries and shit. Like, that's easy peasy. That's fine. That's fine and dandy.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Okay, so how many? I got 2 creatures in here, which means I can actually Crawl Harpooner this, and I can go Gari Queen that. And I very much like that. My Wamo Shindaru.
Your life's about to end. It seems fortune favors you.
There we go.
Diamonds are Shield Mage's best friend.
Alright. Not the president. Yeah, right. Thank you, Trump, for supporting my stream. Okay. Could you enable Master Deck? It should be enabled, Deck Master. For some reason it's not active. What? Like, I had it on, but it's like not active. Wait. Okay, it should be working now. Alright, I'm gonna lead off with the Foul Orchard. And now I'm gonna play the Paradise Druid. Oh boy, that thing is a problem. So he's got Bant, it seems. Yeah, this thing is a threat. Oh boy. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna attack with the Prowler. Next turn I have a total of potentially 8 mana. And I have a fine finality here that's pretty fucking sexy. Fadapiter, alright. What else you got for me? This finality could be incredibly strong if he keeps playing on this board. That's something I'm gonna have to Brontodon though. That is certainly something I'm gonna have to Brontodon here. And unfortunately, I can't. Well, can I Brontodon and no? Because I would need a total of 10 mana. And I just do not have that right now. I gotta deal with this though. I can maybe let him build up his board a little bit more. Because I can't actually Brontodon. I'm gonna wait and see what he does this turn. This thing is a huge problem. This thing is so much value. Yeah, but now I prevented the attack. Unfortunately, that doesn't work with the Beast Whisperer because he did not cast this. But now I have the board set up for this nice and clean. Board wipe here. And now I got a 4 or 5 with Death Touch and Lifelink on the board. He got a lot of value out of this Beast Whisperer, though. This kind of makes me think maybe I should be playing Beast Whisperer. I do feel like I want to cast this down. This Memorial to Folly is also very relevant. Ah. Alright. Oh wait, he's... okay. shit. Okay, so this Eldritch Reborn can be pretty... Oh my god. Ah, Cavalier of Thorns is something that I maybe should be focusing on. Holy shit, dude. This thing is a problem. Oh, okay, never mind, not anymore. Easy peasy. Easy process contempt top deck. God, I'm good at this game.
Here comes the BJ. Here comes the BJ.
Oh, wow. I think that was a bit premature, though. I think we just tilted him off the face of the earth. I think that's what happened there. Because that was definitely not over for him. I could get Octatra, but I think I still was gonna get... Like, the Tendership Dryad just, like, kind of, like... wins on his own if he doesn't have any removal. And as banned, his removal options are probably pretty limited. I'll take this. I got removal, I got Aid the Fallen. Aid the Fallen is really good in this format, man. It's very powerful. It's like another find, but can also return Planeswalkers. Let's go Paradise Druid. Next turn we will have the Death Sprout enabled, and that means that we will be able to play Liliana in 2 turns. You know, if my opponent, of course, happens to play a creature here. We want him to do that. Come on, baby, play a creature. Thief of Sanity. Alright, so what do we discard here? I guess we discard Carney T because we can just return it. I totally knew I was going to draw that, by the way, in case you were wondering. I really do not want to lose my Paradise Druid. She is very, very important right now. So I guess he's a Dimir. I mean, the good thing is that, you know, he only has 1 Thought Erasure. I would really like a land here. Is that too much to ask for? Land would be nice. Land. Okay, not the kind of land I wanted, but, you know, you can't ask for everything. I mean, now we know he could have a Duress, and he could have, like, you know, there are other discard cards. He knows I have the Death Sprout. My question is, what does he do? What does he do? Like, how does he deal with a Carnage Tyrant? Obviously, we play this instead of Liliana because he can't counter it. You could have Aether Gust though, but wow, you would main deck Aether Gust. That's kind of crazy. In Singleton, like that is ridiculous. You don't do that. There's no way. Ah. Are you serious? Okay. Good job. Good job, buddy. Like, it's not only the card text. You can tell the card is, like, shining, like, red all over the borders. That must be quite telling. Did I claim my price? Okay. All right. Easy 6-0. Is there any viable Dracoseth Reanimator deck? Oh boy, you are in the right place. This is the home of Neo Pig God, a Grixis Reanimator list which does run one Dracoseth. If you want to see it in action, there's this guy called MegaMogwai on YouTube. He's pretty cool, and yeah, or so they say. And he's got like this video on it. I highly recommend it. Alright, let's drop this. Let's turn 3 J-Light Ranger. This hand is all fucking sorts of sexy. I'll keep that there, why not?
Can't afraid of it. Here comes the DJ. Here comes the DJ.
I'm gonna call you Ziggy. Thank you, Ziggy. My opponent could have a counter spell here. I'm gonna attack first, see if he does anything, because this is a lot of damage he's gonna be taking. So if he has a removal, then he'll open himself up. Yeah. So now, unless he has a spell pierce, I can go for Mastermind's Acquisition. And the question is, what do I search for? What do I want? And how do I want it? Do I take something from my like outside deck here? Fuck it. Let's pick one of our toys from this. I could go with Nezahal, but it's a little bit, you know, before that actually happens. I'm actually gonna take a Knife Concoct over a Bond of Revival because I'm more likely gonna be targeting the Biogenic Ooze, or I'm going to be stealing that. Or I'm just gonna go for the Eldritch Reborn, right? That makes the most sense. I mean, to be fair, he could have a much bigger threat than this. I can steal this. Why not just steal this? See, it was all part of the plan. I'm that good at the game. I'm like fucking 47 steps ahead of my opponent. Shit. Alright, let's play Ooze. That's adorable. That is adorable. Are you serious? You have a spell pierce? Oh, Jesus Christ. I freaked out for a second. I was like, really? Get back here. In a way, he kind of did me a favor there. Right, so, I mean, he's gonna take back the hostage taker, right? Yeah, so that was, I mean, I had to anyways. The cool thing is I can Muldrotha. What kind of greedy bastard is this guy? Like, you're really expecting me to not have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh my lord, this guy. Can I get me a removal card here? There we go. Thank you. Thank you for punishing him, game. You're fucking Unlucky punish, you greedy bastard. Play that thing. What are you doing? What'd you get? Oh my god, I've never seen somebody like more confident their hostage taker is not gonna die. Like, that's such arrogance. Oh.
No fire, no steel.
Oh, that, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of fucking sucks. I mean, I feel I should keep this. I definitely should keep this for when I actually do need it. I'm sorry, dude. You have, like, I don't even know how many turns to play that thing. Moldrotha plus Eldest is insane. Yeah, that's the point. That's the idea behind the deck, right? Like, I think Moldrotha in general is just like a ridiculous late game bomb in Singleton. And that's why I went Sultai. That's why I'm playing Sultai instead of Golgari, right? Because I can forego the other, like, blue cards, even though they're pretty good too. But Moldrotha and Hydroid Crassus, in a way, are the main reason why I'm playing Sultai instead of Golgari. We keep this. There's no way in hell we don't keep this. It's fantastic. This hand is fantastic. Boros. I can respect the anime planes though. Goodbye, elf. Yikes. Well, we are definitely playing the Leyline Prowler, as it has Death Touch, and therefore we can kill off Krenko. I'm kind of concerned though, because he's played a Krenko. And shit. And shit. That's all I gotta say. Well, we definitely have to answer this thing. Even if it is at the expense of our Golgari Queen, but we have to kill this.
Time to step out of the shadows. I've suffered worse.
Alright, this is spooky.
Back to the shadows. For now.
Through this land, we are all connected. Rise, my elemental friend.
I have another source of blue mana here. This is gonna be a nuisance. We do have a Cry the Carnarium though.
You try my patience. The land fights for us.
You can trade with this. That's fine. But having Moldrotha there is super nice for us. We are going to block this, and I'm going to block the J-Light Ranger into it. get this trade going on. Doesn't really matter because Muldrotha with Nisa is just really fucking busted, and you're gonna see why. It's actually pretty disgusting.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Oh boy. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 2, 4, 5, 6, which means we can't cast that in that. So we're gonna go with the
I only pick targets that interest me. Lucky you.